very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. The play fake. He'll look to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big play there out of the running game. I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
And he'll be out of bounds.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you wanted to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a first and goal.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. A first down and then some for Montgomery. And he gets this one down to the 24. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Now a run with Montgomery. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, this defense for the Bears, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game. And I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. Cook a first down and more. Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early. And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. To throw is Fields. That's complete to his running back, Herbert. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. Fights loose, and he's going to get this inside the 30. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Fields escaping the pressure right. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Throwing on third down, Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. Santos with the extra point. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
85 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They go play action here on first down. Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Nice little nifty play for them there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that.
Oh, leap it. He will make the catch. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Cook running right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Cook. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fields. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a first down throw. Fields. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a play fake here on first down. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Fields. That is going to be a safety. So the screen pass goes backwards. That play seemed to have a potential disaster written all over it from the start.
I mean, wasn't that a tough spot on the field to make that call? You're inviting defensive linemen and linebackers to get pressure. So if one of them sniffs this out, you're definitely in danger. And this time, it costs them 2 points.
Now, after the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football. And here's the free kick. This is taken around the 12. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A big play there on the catch and run.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He'll look to throw. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will make the lead now 26. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Slide for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The tackle goes to Harrison Smith.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On first down, Montgomery. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Play action. It's Fields. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Third and long. It's Fields. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DJ Waddle. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up fourth down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
No, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And this will be a Vikings first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Escaping the pressure right. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. But Cook getting the call there on 1st down as he works his way forward for a nice gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 146 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side, Cook. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Santos able to tack on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is Harris. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory Not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Montgomery on the counter. Dancing away at the 35. And he'll be taken down here. And that is how this one is going to come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They were gratefully accepting that. It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.